Hello and a warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to race preview on this Saturday meeting here at Bangalore. We start off the race preview with the first race, the Mount Everest Plate, distance 1200 from 8 horses, 3 years old only. Number 1 will be ALTAIR. This is the horse which ended up finishing on 8th on the starting. A very bad run coming in from ALTAIR, almost 6-7 lengths behind the second last horse, and ran a pathetic race, ending up finishing on 8th out of 8 runners. Gift of Grace was a comfortable winner, whereas Altair was out of starting out of ADMIRAL, ended up in the rock, sporting cross-nose band. 2 will be OZARK. Well, OZARK is the one who's at a what's the script of Jack in the Cat as 2 OZARK. OZARK finished on 8th. Knight Templar was the winner of this race. This is race number 73 over the mile trip, and literally struggling in that back bunch was OZARK. 5th foremost for the journey, faded out to end up finishing on 8th out of 10 runners, just beat 2 home in this race. No form to go by, ending up 7th out of 12 runners in his previous outing. Behind well connected is OZARK, sporting blinkers, tongue strap, rated at 25. 5 will be Sunsplash. Sunsplash ran 10th, yet another back marker who ran 10th. Northern Alliance was the eventual winner in this race, and Sunsplash has had 2 outings. Started off his campaign with a 6th right throughout behind Port of Beauty in Bangalore Summer, and subsequently in race number 87 finished on 10th out of 11 runners. Just beat 1 home in this race. Northern Alliance the winner, sporting blinkers, is number 5 Sunsplash. 6 will be Harbour Sunrise, who's been withdrawn in this race, is Harbour Sunrise. Number 7 will be Heavenly Angel, with 6 Harbour Sunrise been withdrawn. Heavenly Angel finished on ending up 3rd on the sorting is Heavenly Angel. In fact, behind that horse which in the colors of light blue with black stars, trailing about 3 wide off the fence, putting the Red Cat came and ended up finishing on a fine 3rd on the sorting, although the margin between the first 3 runners is 5 1/4 length, and Heavenly Angel ran into the money. KARADENIZ the winner is number 7 Heavenly Angel. 8 will be Silver Swift, is out of Pinson, out of Success Harris is number 8 Silver Swift, who ran 2nd on the sorting, 2 lengths behind the winner. Came in far too late to end up finishing on 2nd is Silver Swift, previously 4th in his previous outing being Mega Icon. 9 will be WINALL. WINALL ran 3rd. ELECTRA was the winner. The colors of red with gold V armbands is WINALL. This is the horse which was gathering momentum and came in and ended up finishing on a fine 3rd on the sorting, just about 1 3/4 separating the first 2 runners from tongue strap cross nose band. The second race coming up, the Galilee Plate. Distance is about 1600 meters. Horses rated 15 to 35. We have a look at number 1 coming up will be Raw Gold, who ran 5th. Corona del Corsa was the winner of this race, and Corona del Corsa won very well on this occasion, although having that sizable lead with the field catching up with the front runner. And Raw Gold on this outing came and ended up finishing on in that mid-pack. Is Raw Gold is at a top class out of Cape Africa, rated at 34. 2 will be Gold Mist. Gold Mist ran 6th. BORENDA was the winner, being produced about 5-6 wide off the fence. Had that free opening is Gold Mist. Could have come and finish on farm or closer is Gold Mist. Is out of Dean's Kitten out of 6 stars is number 2 Gold Mist. Ended up in the ruck after that 7th in his previous starting bin Ambrosio. Gold Mist ran 6th on the starting bin. Orenda's from tongue stop, rated at 32. 3 will be After Hours. After Hours ran 5th. STARIGRAD was the winner of this race, and After Hours was the one who was in that mid-pack in the colors of brown with white chevrons, brown sleeves and brown cap is After Hours. Steinbeck out of Secrecy. Ended up finishing on 5th, twice 11th in Bangalore Winter. And in this occasion, 5th out of 9 runners, STARIGRAD, the winners from tongue strap, rated at 30 is 3 After Hours. 4 will be Admiral 1. Admiral 1 finished on 10th on the sorting. Another Rainbow came and eventually won on the sorting is another Rainbow, whereas Admiral 1 was literally struggling in that pack bunch. Almost second last in fact is Admiral 1. Admiral the feet out of ARROGANCE is at number 4. Admiral 1 ran 10th out of 12 runners. 5 will be Photogenic. Photogenic ran 12th. The Cosmos was the winner of this race, and Photogenic was also yet another back marker as Photogenic, and ended up 12th out of 12 runners. The winner of Cosmos was clear of this field, winning by a margin of 4.5 lengths. Is out of Varanara, out of Magical Mona is number 5. Photogenic from tongue strap, rated at 28. 6 will be Inky Black. Inky Black comes the next, who finished on 8th. Being produced on the wide outside was Inky Black. MAHANATU was the winner. Race number 14 is the one which is in question. And Inky Black ended up finishing on 8th out of 12 runners on the sorting is Inky Black. Malafkinter out of Isabella's Treasures from Blinkers Tongue Stop, rated at 24. MAHANATU is the eventual winner. 7 will be Track Striker and number 8 Extremely Dangerous. These are the two runners we go cross to. Let's have a look at Track Striker's credential. Had that lovely run in between runners but could only come and finish on 4th, whereas Extremely Dangerous finished on 3rd on the sorting, 2nd at the stage and ran 3rd on the sorting. Is Extremely Dangerous and finished on in the money over the 2,000 meter trip. Here and now we literally sauntered the opposition in this occasion, but Extremely Dangerous ran 3rd on the sorting, whereas Track Striker finished on ending up 4th on the sorting. The third race. We have 3 runners coming up for scrutiny with the first step being withdrawn in this race. Number 2, SAVISA, was the one we go across to. We also have a look at number 4 coming up is Hunter's Moon, and number 5 as Arrogance. These are the 3 runners. Songkran was the winner of this race. But let's have a look at the first runner. That's number 2, SAVISA. This is the horse which ended up finishing on 4th after running 3rd behind My Lexicon, ran 4th behind Songkran. Is SAVISA's Tungstra Crosses band rated at 16, whereas Hunter's Moon finished on 3rd on the sorting, came in and ended up in the money, finishing on 3rd on the sorting after some disappointing runs from Tungstra Crosses band. Pacifier Blinkers rubber bit rated at 14. And we also have a look at number 5, Arrogance. Well, Arrogance ran ending up 5th on the sortings from Blinkers Tungstra rated at 13. 3 will be SINGHSAAB, who finished on 4th. Scarlet Princess was the eventual winner in this race, and SINGHSAAB was the one who moved up on the outside to end up finishing on 4th on the sorting is SINGHSAAB. But the winner, Scarlet Princess, was Home and Dry, and SINGHSAAB ended up eventually finishing on 4th in the last few strides, last out the 3rd position, and ended up eventually running 4th when Tungstra Crosses band rated at 16. 6 will be Dream United. Dreams United ran 6th. Prince Charmer was the winner of this race, and Dream United ran 6th out of 8 runners. Dreams United is out of Machi Picture of Nesa's Princess is Dreams United. Well, after twice 4th, hasn't shown that form in his next 2 outings, finishing on ending up 6th on the sorting when Blinkers Tongue Strap rated at 13. 7 will be Crossjet. This is the Mysore run you're looking at of Crossjet. The Mysore main season run you're looking at, running after a wrong layoff. In fact, as Crossjet skipped entire winter run, and is making his appearance in the mid of summer, is rated at 11. Tongue Strap is number 7, Crossjet. Number 8 will be Duty Call, who ran 4th. Simply Magical was the winner. The grey Equinox Visit being produced on the wide outside, almost 7 wide off the fence was Duty Call. Started to gallop on the outside, but Simply Magical was the eventual winner in this race, and Duty Call did end up coming and finishing on 4th on the sorting as Duty Call, although ridden out, would only come and finish on 4th, came in far too late. 9 will be Dallas. Dallas finished on 3rd. Glorious Days was the winner of this race, and Dallas was the one who was towards the rail side, given a tap or so, and eventually ran 3rd. The second for most part of the journey, and did end up finishing on 3rd on the starting is Dallas. Netwiz out of Maria T is number 9. Dallas from Blinkers Tongue Stop rated as 7. The 4th race will be the running of the Squanderer Trophy. Distance is 2,000. Force is rated 16 above. We have a look at the first runner coming up will be Booker Jones, who ran 5th. Automatic was the winner of this race. Well up with the first 5 runners was Booker Jones, and did end up by finishing on 5th on the starting. In fact, there was almost 3rd for most part of the journey, and did end up finishing on finally 5th on the starting is Booker Jones from Tungstra Basketball Crossnose Band, rated at 76. And 2 will be Indian Pharaoh, and Indian Pharaoh was the one who was in that 4th position, and fell back to end up finishing on 6th on the starting. 7th behind She's My Script. For 6th behind Peluche is Indian Pharaoh, that's signed for long touch from Blinkers Tongue Stop, rated at 71. 3 will be Mr. Handsome. Mr. Handsome ran 6th. RONDINE was the winner of this race, and Mr. Handsome, almost 6th at this stage, been ridden out hard, but the response was none with Mr. Handsome. Tazahum out of You're So Beautiful ran 6th previously in winter, and 4th behind Royal Scepter is Mr. Handsome. From Blinkers Tongue Stop Rubber Bit. rated at 67 is number 3, Mr. Handsome. 4 will be Point to Prove. Point to Prove ran 5th. Adjudicate was the winner of this race. Well, sporting the red cap on the far side, traveling about 6 wide of the fence was Adjudicate. Is Point to Prove, and Adjudicate eventually came and literally smashed the other opposition, whereas Point to Prove ran 5th on the sorting after some disappointing runs, ending up 5th out of 10 runners, rated at 60 cents when tongue stop and cross-nose band is number 4, Point to Prove. 5 will be Secretive Force, the eventual winner in this race. Race number 81 over the 2,000-meter trip. Secretive Force won decisively on this occasion. Second for most for a journey, took out the running, and eventually won by a margin of 2 lengths. Second behind Ambrosio, but winner on this occasion beating Salvador Dali's from tongue strap cross-nose band rubber bet rated at 65. 6 will be Angelino. Well, Angelino was the one who ran, ending up 5th on the starting over that 1,400-meter trip, and in the Derby ended up eventually running 4th in the Calcutta Derby behind Adjudicate, but ended up in this occasion ran 5th out of 8 runners behind Snowden is Angelinos from tongue strap cross-nose band rated at 60. The 5th race coming up, the running of the P.V. Shetty Memorial Trophy. Handicap for horses rated 45 to 65. Distance run is 1,200 meters. We have 4 runners coming up. Castaway, who ran second. Spirituous was the winner of this race. Cadillac was the one who ran 11th, was in that pack bunch, second last in fact. And Sione, on the other hand, was inside towards the rail side and ended up finishing 7th. We also have a look at number 8, Treasure Delight, ran 4th. These are the 4 runners we go across to, but let's have a look at the first runner, Castaway, ran 2nd on the starting, long neck separating the first 2 runners, whereas Spirituous eventually won on this occasion by a long neck, and Castaway did run 2nd. 5th BM Blue Moon is previous occasion rated at 62. Number 5 coming up for scrutiny will be Cadillac, ran a poor race, running 11th out of 12 runners from Tungster Crosses band, rated at 58. We also have a look at the other runners, Sione, who ended up in that back punch from Tungster Crossnose band, and also coming up for scrutiny, Treasure Delight, who ran 4th on the starting from Tungster, rated at 52. 2 will be Gypsy, who ran 12. Set to Win was the winner of this race. Yet another back marker is Gypsy, and ran a pathetic race, finishing on 12th out of 12 runners. Set to Win the winner, rated at 60. Tongue Stop and Crossnose band is number 2, Gypsy. 3 will be Fair Warning, and number 4, Super Sexes are the next 2 runners. Fair Warning was the eventual winner in this race, and was being produced on the far side. Came almost with a lightning run, and Super Success was alongside him towards the rail side, towards the inside, and ended up eventually running 5th on the starting, 3rd in his previous run behind Erica Legend, but on this occasion ran 5th out of 12 runners behind Fair Warning. From Tongue Stop rated at 59. Fair Warning, other than, came and eventually won on this occasion by a margin of 1 1/4 lengths. From Tongue Stop Crossnose band rubber bit, rated at 59. 6 will be Anfia. Anfia was the eventual winner in this race. Was Anfia. Well, this horse was almost 2 lengths in front and skipped away from the field to win by a margin of 5 lengths on this occasion. As Anfia, putting Tongue Stop and Crossnose band rated at 52. 9 will be Dream Star. Dream Star ran 6th. The War Hero was the winner of this race, and Dream Star was the one was in that back bunch, literally struggling. 5th for most part of the journey, ended up in the ruck, finishing on last, in fact, in War Heroes win. 7th being Dr. Logan's from Tongue Stop, rated at 51. We move to the last race coming up, the running of the Nonoli Stud Stakes. Distance is 1,600, forces rated 30 to 50. We have a look at number 1, Australis, well up at the front runner, in fact, is Australis. Rare Rhythm, on the other hand, number 4 in the card, ran 7th. Wild Angels, so the winner of this race. But let's have a look at the first runner, that's Australis. Race number 60, finished 4th out of 11 runners is Australis. Phoenix Star out of Athlons from Blinkers, rated at 49. Whereas we look at number 4, that's Rare Rhythm. After that 5th in his previous starting when Star appearance, ran 7th out of 11 runners, 7th right throughout, rated at 43. From Tongue Stop is Rare Rhythm. 2 will be Foytamore, who ran 2nd. Cosmos is the winner. This horse was leading the field right throughout and ended up eventually finishing on 2nd. Nose was the verdict, with Cosmos coming with the giant strides to come and eventually nail down Foytamore on the last possible stride. Lives to fight another day as Foytamore from Blinkers, rated at 45. 3 will be Amazing Skill, ended up 10th. Sahara was the winner. Well, in that pack bunch, last in fact is Amazing Skill. Rebuttal out of Feminine Touch is Amazing Skill, who's at 3 outings, twice 8th behind Ambrosia and Wild Angels, and in this occasion was the 7 for long trip, 10th out of 10 runners. Sahara the winner, rated at 43. From Tongue Stop is Amazing Skill. 5 will be Astral Force. Astral Force finished fourth. Coffee Castle was the winner of this race. This is the Mumbai run you're looking at of Astral Force. Well, finished on ending up fourth out of 11 runners on the sorting is Astral Force. Excellent start out of Desert Lightning, where Coffee Castle was the eventual winner of the Poonawalla Breeders Multi-Million, and Astral Force ran fourth. Previously, winner beating Poseidon is Astral Force from Tungstar Basket Bet rated at 42. 6 will be Trigger. Trigger ran ninth. Roma Victor was the one who was the eventual winner in this race. Triggers at a total gallery of RHYTHM is Trigger. After that, second behind Carizano in Mysore. Much was expected, but skipped the entire winter and eventually ran in summer, finishing ninth out of 11 runners behind Roma Victor is Trigger. Running after a long layoff, in fact, is Trigger, and ended up ninth on this occasion, rated at 40. 7 will be Candlelight Queen. The eventual winner in this race is Candlelight Queen. This horse won very fluently is Candlelight Queen. Well, quick and well at the all-important end, and beat Tokyo Rose, who came in far too late, literally flew in the last part of Tokyo Rose, but Candlelight Queen just managed to win by a length from Blinkers, rated at 35. 8 will be High Admiral. The eventual winner in this race is High Admiral. Led the field is High Admiral, and quick and well to win in a pillar to post victory is High Admiral. Malaf Quintero of Ordinia is High Admiral. Previously ran fourth behind the Land of Liberty. This occasion, won from the word go, beating Island Pulse from Tungstar rated 35. So that's on the pre of today's race. Join you tomorrow. Until then, thank you from all of us. We'll see you on the Maharajas Cup Day.